your host, Wendy, and I'm at the Carlton Savannah. And today I'm going to get down to earth with someone who has made Trinidad and Tobago so proud. You want to find out more? Keep it locked.
Come to the Carlton Savannah, Trinidad's trendiest boutique hotel. Enjoy our luxuriously modern guest rooms or feed your imagination at our restaurants, Casa for fine dining, or have a casual eating experience at Relish, where the only thing more delicious than the food is the experience that stimulates every sense. Whether you're having a drink at Indie Bar, splashing in the pool at Water Baby, or enjoying the sensational panoramic view at our rooftop bar and lounge Rise, our hotel is the place to be. For business or leisure, rest assured, it's all about you at the Carlton Savannah.
Intense and vibrant lip color for that alluring, striking look. Strong bold eyeshadows to entice and enchant. Natural looking second skin foundations for a truly exotic style. Intense, bold, exotic. Sasha, makeup for exotic skin.
Calabash Entertainment and Promotions, the one-stop shop for entertainment. Television host, radio presenter, event manager, artist manager, public relations manager, protocol officer. Contact Calabash Entertainment and Promotions now, 756-3549 or email calabash@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter, CalabashN. Join my fan page on Facebook, Down to Earth with Wendy, or Calabash Entertainment and Promotions. Calabash Entertainment, the one-stop shop for all your entertainment needs.
We going down the road, hands in the air, people everywhere, love and unity is here. It's that time of year where we don't care.
Today is a good day. Today is a blessed day. I am on set with someone who has made Trinidad and Tobago so proud, not just recently but over the years. Anya Ayoung Chee, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for taking time off your busy schedule to be here with us at the Carlton Savannah. Before we get into the whole Project Runway hype and all the rest of it, I know you were born in New York and you moved back, you came back to Trinidad when you were 2.
Yes.
Tell me about your childhood, where you went to school, what was life like then?
Well, I went to school, I went to primary school at St. Andrews in Maraval, and then I actually went to Bishop's Anstey for 1 year, and then I transferred, I went to St. Joseph's Convent, Port of Spain for the rest of my secondary school. And then I went back to New York, and I went to Parsons, which is a design school in New York. I did part of my degree in London at Central St. Martin's, and then I finished in New York at Parsons.
Excellent.
And that's, yeah. I moved around after that, but just generally what I did.
So what made you come back to Trinidad in 2007? Because that's where where did you start modeling? When you came back to Trinidad in 2007 or prior to that?
Well, you know, I don't ever consider myself as ever having really modeled, to be honest. But I guess I did a show for Mailing when I was 15 or 16, and I modeled for my mom, had a clothing line growing up, We Pals, and so I did stuff for that. And I mean, when I look back on it, really, I started doing little jobs when I was like a little girl, you know. But generally, I would say I came back in 2007 because my brother died in a car accident.
So sad, yeah.
And so I came back really just, I was working in New York at the time. I took some time off and I came here, and then I really just never left. And that's when I decided about 6 months later to do Miss Trinidad and Tobago.
What made you decide to go into Miss Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, I think several things. My brother dying really had a big effect on me, as I suppose it would on anyone. And I realized that, well, I didn't have a job, and I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. And really, I did graphic design, you know, that's what I studied at Parsons, and I did it because I thought this is a job I could come back to Trinidad and do. And I wanted to do fashion, that's why I went to Parsons, but I kind of chickened out of it and realized, well, how am I going to make a living? You know, I thought the anomalies, the Mailings and the Claudia Picases and so on, like how many of those people can the Caribbean sustain, you know, financially. And so I figured, okay, let me do something more viable, and that was graphic design. And so when my brother died, I kind of reconfirmed that that's really not my passion as much as I liked it. But I still got a job at Above Group, which is now Above Group Ogilvy, and the day I started working there was the day I became Miss Trinidad and Tobago.
Wow.
Excuse me. And that was really just the universe kind of giving me the opportunity to choose, and I tried to do both, and it just was too much. And as much as I really never wanted to be a beauty queen, it never really crossed my mind, you know. I kind of grew up with a pseudo-feminist mother, and the idea of beauty pageants was not something that I grew up really having that much regard for.
Okay.
But I don't know, I wanted to do something else, and I just didn't know what that something else was.
So you were searching?
I was searching. That's really what it was, yeah.
So after the Miss Trinidad and Tobago win, at what point in time did you decide, okay, I'm going to live in New York, I'm going to stay here, what am I going to do next? So how did that bit work out?
I think by then I knew that I was living in Trinidad, and I really kind of came to terms with that, and was happy about it. You know, I was happy to be back home, and life just does things that allows you then to make new choices that I probably wouldn't have made, you know, otherwise. I started a talent management company with my boyfriend, Wyatt Gallery. Him being a photographer, me being a designer, a graphic designer. It was great, you know, we did jobs that were sort of boutique advertising jobs together, and I started styling, and out of the styling came, and also out of doing Miss Trinidad and Tobago and having the chance, Peter Elias, who was running the franchise at the time, was very generous to me and allowed me to really have a hand in my wardrobe that I wore to Miss Universe.
Which helped.
It made it just rekindled like this passion for designing clothes, and for, it was always there, but it really was dormant, because I kind of decided, well, that just won't ever work. So, you know, and you just put things aside, you know. And then I just, you know, something clicked to me in doing that wardrobe, like, all I have to do is buy some fabric, design some clothes, and then you have clothes, you know, like, it's not rocket science, you know. And I really, I took a big jump, and I said to Mei Ling one day, and I was very blessed to have Mei Ling in my life as a family friend until then.
And guiding you as well.
Yes, but until then, it was nothing more than I would sort of lurk around Mei Ling's studio, like, with no real purpose whatsoever, you know, like, and she'd always be like, what are you doing here? But at some point I formalized it, and I said, I sat with her and I said, this is something I want to start a clothing line of my own. And the average person, especially already in the field, wouldn't be as generous as she was. But all she said was, all right, let's do it, you know?
Wow.
And that was that, you know. She put me in touch with her best seamstresses, and she gave me all the little sort of trade secrets, where to buy fabric, what are the steps. But I did it in the most rudimentary way. I cut out a lot of, as you might notice by now, I'm good at cutting out stuff. Like, just cutting to the chase. And I did probably like an 18-piece collection. I launched it at Trinidad and Tobago Fashion Week at the Hyatt, which was also a wonderful platform for me. You know, lots of things fell into place. And I'm not saying it was easy. You know, it was very hard. And at the same time, I was designing the campaign for Fashion Week Trinidad and Tobago. So I did all the billboards, I modeled, I did all this stuff at once. I don't know how I did that. But I think I was just determined to do something for myself. And I really considered my line, Pilar, which I named after my brother, a project. I just felt, well, what's the big deal? You know, I spent a little money and I put it into this, and whatever happens, happens, you know.
Wow.
And well, the rest is history, really.
It's history. Excellent. Anya, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
We going strong. Nothing could stop us now, no matter where you're from. So represent. Just one love, just one love, just one love, just one.
Intense and vibrant lip color for that alluring, striking look. Strong bold eyeshadows to entice and enchant. Natural looking second skin foundations for a truly exotic style. Intense, bold, exotic. Sasha, makeup for exotic skin.
Calabash Entertainment and Promotions, the one-stop shop for entertainment. Television host, radio presenter, event manager, artist manager, public relations manager, protocol officer. Contact Calabash Entertainment and Promotions now, 756-3549, or email calabash@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter, CalabashN. Join my fan page on Facebook, Down to Earth with Wendy, or Calabash Entertainment and Promotions. Calabash Entertainment, the one-stop shop for all your entertainment needs.
A-M-P-E-D, A-M-P-E-D, A-M-P-E-D. The party vibe is bumping, the music won't set me free. Makes no sense to fight this incredible energy. Got me fist
And we're back with Anya. Anya, tell me some of the challenges you face during your life, your walk of life, and how do you overcome those challenges?
Well, the last 5 years of my life, I would say, if not a little longer, have been, I would say, interesting.
Eventful.
Eventful. Definitely, I've grown up a lot. I feel like from 21 to I'm now 30, that's 9 years. My brother was kidnapped, first of all. That was in 2003.
Wow.
And that was probably the beginning of learning, okay, things aren't just always honky-dory, you know. And I really did at that time count my blessings and thought, well, you know what, some people figure that out when they're like 2. So maybe I should really just say, thank God, I really had a wonderful childhood. I'm the first of 6. I have 5 younger brothers.
You're the only girl?
I'm the only girl, which is a blessing to be first and not in the middle or last. It's wonderful growing up in a big family and just, you know, a very tight-knit family, one that we really do have something very, very special. But you know, when things started to kind of get a little bit more real, for want of a better word, it was a little shocking. And then following that, my brother died in 2007. In 2009, I had this, you know, scandal with my boyfriend at the time, still my boyfriend. And it's been, those experiences sort of they're like milestones, you know.
What went through your mind at that point?
Well, the most recent
Most
hurdle.
recent, I mean, without getting into, we know what we're talking
it's
about.
fine. I'm very candid about it because
when it happened, did you think, how am I going to get out of this? How am I going to deal with this? What went through your mind? Because you can't backtrack.
You definitely cannot backtrack.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's a modern day kind of situation to be in. There aren't many precedents for it before the internet age, you know.
Right.
So there weren't many people I could go to and be like, well, what did you do when this happened to you?
Right.
Like, you know, it was like, there was no real point of reference and I felt very alone, I have to say. Because you know, I grew up in a Catholic family with a very practicing mother particularly, and it was difficult, to put it lightly, for her. So I really, from the very beginning though, when I knew that it was me and that this is my situation, I became very conscious of this is my battle, you know.
Wow.
And and I just really entered into, maybe I get this from my father, very pragmatic. What do I do now? How do I deal with this? And then I figured out who can actually assist me in pragmatic ways, you know. And I just moved forward like that. And I see it now, like I don't quite know how I found that, you know, but I found it and I just kind of powered through it, you know.
And how did you deal with the people who, some people looked at it in a positive light, some people looked at it quite negatively. How did you deal with the negative side of things?
Well, I can say this in retrospect because it's not like this happened overnight. But
Right.
I would say now I look at it as it's really taught me how to love through judgment. And it's taught me how to see that everyone is entitled to their opinion. And oftentimes people are in your life to be mean to you.
Yeah,
That's why they're there, you know. And yeah, it was rough. But I think what it did was it really taught me to know what it's like to love myself. And regardless of opinion and regardless of, although opinion is important, I'm not saying that I'm disregarding it, but I think that to some extent, and now that Project Runway has happened, I really do see this on the flip side as wonderful and it's been fantastic and very, just incredible to have the kind of feedback that's given me. I also realized that it could shift anytime, you know, and that's life, and it's really put me in a place where I get to be very solid and just really